for wanting to take a trade right out of the gates. So I'll probably let it consolidate, consider red to green moves, but just be a little cautious on it. And it's definitely not a stock that I would want to get into and hold because number one, you could have insiders dumping shares onto the market because look, they're at a huge profit. This was at $2 a month ago. Now it's at $22. If you're an insider holding 5,000 shares, you're going to want to start booking some profit. That's number one. Number two, there's always a risk of secondary offerings when stocks have made big moves like this, especially small caps. I'm not sure that that'll happen on this one, but it's a risk. Secondary offering priced at, $12 or $10, we could get a pretty good sized drop. If it's priced at $8 or $6, an even bigger drop. So that's risk. All right, so HMNY, definitely going to keep it on watch, but need obvious clean setups, and I don't want to push my luck on it. VICL, Eric, I can check that one. So VICL, let's see. Starting to curl back up a little bit. Pre-market chart is kind of tough with these big red candles. Maybe over 320, 325. Yeah, Peter, over those levels could be interesting, but just be a little careful on it. I'm not sure if it's going to be super clean. So remember, yesterday I made $4,000. That means I hit my weekly goal in one day. Well, just about. I don't know. Weekly goal, I say $1,000 a day, but typically the weekly goal isn't the daily goal times 5 because you have to account for some red days. So my weekly goal, $4,000. That's a pretty decent week. That means I've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 4 days to add icing to the cake. I want to add icing to the cake. I don't want to throw the whole cake out the window. I got to be careful. I've got to be smart about what I'm going to trade. All right. So today I want to see if I can get something going, something that looks decent. HMNY certainly has some potential, but that red candle's a little nerve-wracking. KALV definitely has some potential, but I'm not familiar with the name, so I'm not sure how clean it's going to be. ROKA also here breaking out a little bit more pre-market. New pre-market high is 135, so that one's showing some potential as well. So I'll watch these ones. ROKA, I'll move my order up on this one to the pre-market high, which is 35. And we'll watch that for a move up towards the half dollar, 150. So HMNY, KALV, ROKA. Those are the ones we're watching right now. KALV is not on our simulator right now. We'll add that, but it won't be on until we restart the server. We're not going to restart the server 3 minutes before the bell, or even 30 minutes before the bell, because everyone's already logged in. So we'll do that tomorrow. So KALV is not going to be on the simulator today. I'm not sure I'm going to trade it, and I'm not sure anyone's going to want to trade it until we've kind of seen if it's going to be clean, because we're not really familiar with this name. So we'll just try to play it smart on that one. CVM, we looked at that one. It's a maybe. Dipping down just a little bit here. All right, so unfortunately there isn't an incredibly obvious trade for me right out of the gates. If I was going to base it just on the gap scan, I would say KALV. HMNY, I think, is a stock a lot of traders are going to be watching, though, so I'd keep that one. I'd keep it on close watch. Now remember, yesterday's high was 23.49, so we want to see if it's going to break over that level, 23.49, and continue higher. Anyone who might have shorted right here on this spike, thinking, okay, tomorrow it's going to drop down, maybe there's going to be a secondary offering. Anyone with that kind of mentality, now seeing it squeezing up and continuing higher, might cover their position right out of the gates. So That's kind of what I'm thinking is a possibility. But let me write down my watch list here for today. Um, Watching HMNY, KLV, ROKA, and the Hyundai Momo scanner. So those are three that we've got on watch here, and we've got a little less than 60 seconds to the bell. All right, so that's our game plan for this morning. MNKD, not the biggest fan of that stock. Traded it well on it, so it's not on the no trade list. It's just on the not on my favorites list, I guess. All right, so we've got about 9 seconds to the bell here. HMNY is definitely on watch, possibly over 2350. Whoop, a little bit of a pop there. Big spreads right now in HMNY. HMNY, wow. ROKA, I'm long ROKA here for the break over $1.50 for the half-dollar break. So we've got a high of 180 on ROKA. I have a recording today of my trades. You guys will be able to see the lag I'm getting on my level 2s. So everything goes blank there, and then it picks back up. So it's all out of ROKA at $1.64, $1.65. I'll give it a second to pull back, but having a problem with my. I really don't understand why I'm having this issue. It's frustrating. So ROKA, that trade was based on the break of the half-dollar. HMNY pulling back a little bit. CVM, not as interested in that one.
All right, guys, I'm short some NVIDIA.
I can't trade HMNY with these spreads. These spreads are insane. Not just the spreads, but the fact that you've got huge spreads and I'm having a little bit of a connectivity issue. So I lose connection for 2 seconds. I come back on and I could be down a point. $19,000 share seller at 163 on ROKA. HMNY squeezing up towards 25, but need to get a good clean pullback. High day on ROKA is 78. $19,000 share seller at 83. Just be careful of that. Nice job, Justin. High on ROKA is 96. Now it's 98. We'll let ROKA pull back a little bit. So current high is 215 on ROKA. We have resistance on the daily chart at 319. Still waiting on a pullback, but I'm having a hard time with this connection issue. I'm up $1,153, which is not a bad morning. So I don't mind not pushing it as hard since I'm having a little bit of a hard time seeing what's going on. No, I think it's my internet. It's something to do with this computer that I'm trying to trade on. Actually, what I might do is switch computers. But that first trade on ROKA was based on a break of the half dollar. So break of the half dollar, we popped up, pulled back a little bit, consolidation, and now we've moved higher. So far, really clean moves, good action on ROKA. So the high is currently, let's see, 29, 30. Frank, it's not light speed that's the problem. It's my connection. So the high is 35. That unfortunately is a bigger drop on ROKA than we'd usually like to see. SRAX. I'm long SRAX at the half dollar, 350. Looking for a break over the half dollar on SRAX. This one is based on a daily breakout. Stop is going to be break even on SRAX. So that first candle there hit a high of 63. Over 63 is a possible add for a scalp higher. There we go. Out the rest, SRAX on the ask. Let's see if it breaks over 63, but it did drop down below my stop there, so it was the right thing to do to get out. High 63. And AKD has resistance at the 200 moving average at 163, so we're a little close to that level. SRNE resistance also at the 200 at 290, and this one is a 5-cent tick stock. HMNY dipping down a little bit. ROKA hit a high of 25 there. We'll let it pull back a little bit more. Lineu, I see that. Would need to have that pullback as well. Lineu just needs to pull back. Sorry for the echo. So the high on Lineu right now is 38. Needs to pull back. Well, ROKA, we don't like to see these break the low of the previous dip, so it dipped down a little too much here. So right now, just keep it on watch. GBR is hitting the 200 moving average. Lineu has a seller at 35. All right. Just watching ROKU dip down a little too much. I'm long Lineu, anticipating the break over 35. That seller, 15,000, 14, just doubled on Lineu for the break there. There we go. Sold 3/4 on the ask, and the bid stop is now my entry, which is 230. There's a 39,000 share bid at 230, so that feels like a good place to keep my my stop.
All right, guys, I'm going to take the balance of the re-add off 190. And then I'm going to stick
The
with
high is
original
now
130
47.
entry.
You can see a little, seems like maybe a little hidden seller at 45. I'm not sure. There's 51 on the ask, 52. Sold another half at 252. Stop will be 240 on the rest. Still holding partial position on Lineu. Let it consolidate, see if we get an opportunity to add back to it. Well, I usually try to bring up most of the ones that look good. GBR I pulled up. Let's see. Lineu. I'll stop on the rest at 230, which is my entry price. All right, stop the rest on Lineu. Let it pull back. Give us a 5-minute setup. So the high of the last candle on ROKA is 215. So that's a spot to watch. There's a 13,000 share seller at 210. Nice Dave on NVIDIA. The long ROK A for the break of high a day. In at 215. First 5-minute candle to make a new high. High a day is going to be over 235. So I want to see if we've got that first pop and the high was 224. So I'll put my order at 225. Look at that. Nice move to high a day. High of day, 35. Are we going to get over 35? There we go. Sold on the ask on ROKA. Roka. I'm getting confused with Roku. All right, so that was a long at 215, sold to 33. Double top at the high of high of day, so just got to be a little careful there. Well, we'll see what this one does. Maybe I'll regret selling it where I did. Little resistance at the $half there of 250. So we usually watch the first 1-minute pullback after a fresh 5-minute breakout, knowing that traders who missed the 5-minute setup and are now seeing this hitting high of day will often buy the first pullback. And once we break over, and if we're able to hold the $half, we're not right now, but then looking for $3, 320, a tap of that 200 moving average is the next resistance point. So DMPI, I see that hit the scanner, but as soon as I looked at it, I saw it was priced at $1.04, so a little bit too cheap.
Alright guys, so I just covered the balance of the Riyadh through 190 on NVIDIA. I'm still holding the original 1/3.
Double topping, you just have to be careful because sometimes when stocks have this, they pull back, they come up, they hit a little resistance at the double top, and then they can fade off that level. So that's why I wanted to sell into the double top in case it reversed. Now, me selling there, I'm just, one person, but multiply that by thousands of traders who see that same resistance at the double top, and now you have you have resistance. It becomes self-fulfilling. So the high right now is 255. I'll put my order at 250 for the next entry. High of the last 1 minute candles 45 on Roca. Watching for a scalp and a retest of high of day. I'm back in ROKA for the break over the $0.50 of 250. Just see what it does here. I'm going to put an order at 250 to double. High of day is 55. Sold on the ask. I don't know. Feeling a little unsure about this. I can always get back in. Just feels like we're kind of in a little bit of a resistance point here. Maybe let it pull back a little more. That was basically break even. Maybe a 1 penny win. Watch it over 245. I've got my order at 250. Ideally, let's see, we currently have about 15 seconds left on this 5 minute candle, and this 5 minute candle has a high of 53. So you see the 28,000 shares. All right, I'm back in at 45. Back in at 45, looking for the break over the $0.50. There's the $0.50. So $0.50 test there. We're looking for that snap over the $0.50 back up to 55. Stopped out. I had to. more. So we really needed it to not just but really break and open up there at 40, 45. Hit it kind of double topped right under high day. Just now, I sold it on the bid just now. Nice, Christopher. Good job. Oh well, yeah. On that one, I was able to sell on the ask because it was strong. SRNE is hitting the 200 right here at 290, so we'll wait on that one. Nice, Kelly. Good job. So this 5-minute candle is going to close in about 50 seconds. No, I was just looking at SRNE. I'm not in it because it's running into the 200 moving average, I think. HMNY, I see that. A little break over 24.75. If I'm gun shy, I just go with smaller size. MRNS is a nice chart. It's just not a stock that I don't think many people are trading. So I don't know if it'll really break out. All right, so we're sitting at 10:15. ROKA consolidating sideways. Lineu consolidating a little bit. Nice, good trade. Hi Dan HMNY 2550. I would say ROKA is on watch back over 240 for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high. Lineu, first 5-minute candle to make a new high, also on watch. That would be over 24. Okay, I'm long ROKA, taking a starter, looking for that first 5-minute candle to make a new high. I want to see it break over 40. Got a seller on the ask, but I think when that guy moves, then we'll break, and we should go right up to the $half, and then hopefully squeeze over high a day. So watch this seller get bought up on the ask. When it goes 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, that's when I'm adding. That's when I will add. Watch 16, 15. Okay, just added. And now looking for high a day. To break over the $half of 250. I've got a 10-cent stop on my entry. This one, it feels like maybe it's just a little too crowded. It's the second pullback on the 5-minute chart since the bell rang, which is fine. That's okay. All right, sold on the ask, which was at my break even, so it wasn't a loss, but disappointing that it wasn't a winner. SRNE has the 200 moving average in its way right now. On the daily. Yeah, Peter, I think that's a good setup. Keep an eye on it. On line new, you want to wait for it usually to pull back on the 5 minute here. When it pulls back this much, this isn't really an entry. It's a spot to watch, but I think it needs to pull back and consolidate in this range for a couple more candles on the 5 minute. Yeah, HMNY is tough. Big spreads, very choppy. let's. I'm gonna watch HMNY at the $0.50. I'm not gonna trade it. I just want to see if it breaks over the $0.50 and then does like a false breakout because it's the first 5 minute candle to make a new high here, and it's kind of what I would expect is a false breakout, just because of the price range and the spreads. 33 by 45, 38 by 44. So 40 by 45. Lots of buyers at 25, but it can't break that level. 25.50, the $0.50. 6,000 shares on the ask. 14-cent spread. Now, if you're in at the $0.50, the buyer there, you're instantly down 20 cents. Now you're down 25 cents. $0.30, 40 cents. This is probably where people would throw in the towel and say, "All right, I'm giving up." It's very tough. Current 5 minute candle is about 2 minutes, a little more than 2 minutes left on it. At this point, I'd probably wait for a stock to go up towards high a day before my next trade. HMNY, a pretty brutal drop there. Linu, it's just the volume is light. You could have taken a scalp at 225, but look at the decline in volume. It's almost just back to flat. Sort of hard to trade that, but it looks good. I just don't know if it has the juice to get back to high a day. That's the only thing. So, end of the first hour here. I'm up 1,700 bucks. I was up 2,700. Gave back about 1,000. Kind of a bummer there, but 2,700 or 1,700 is still good. So maybe sit with that unless I see something that looks really good. ROKA. Well, that feels like too much of a tug of war. It is consolidating. I mean, it is. Keep it on watch. Will the tug of war be won by the long biased traders? I don't know. Average 5,000, 7,500 shares. So fairly, fairly aggressive, but not more than that right now. A little more aggressive than some traders, but not as aggressive as I've been in the past with 10, 15,000 shares. Although trading has been pretty solid, so we may be getting to a place where I can be more aggressive, but just for right now, kind of keeping it at 7,500 as my cap. Thing with Roka is that when you get this level of volume, 13, 14, 15 million shares, they can just become very crowded. You got a lot of people with two different points of view, long and short, and you just can start to get this battle at breakout spots where they just don't trade very cleanly. So let's just see what this does. Boom, now you got 25,000 share sellers sitting on the ask, and looks like it's going to be another false breakout. So false breakout. Sounds good, Paul. We'll see you tomorrow. Nice, Edgar. Good job. $54 RSI isn't really a concern. It's kind of mid-range. Um, well, that's okay, Edgar. I have a layout, and when I create my Lightspeed layout, it includes my hotkeys. So that's available for download. Students in the Warrior Pro course can download it, but you can also just build hotkeys pretty easily in Lightspeed if you want to. Typically, you'd think the longer a stock consolidates under a level, it will eventually break that level. But when you have as much volume as Roca has, it can just continue to be a tug of war. And if it does break out, it may not be a clean break. We'll see what it does here. I'm not going to go for it. I see a 26,000 share seller at 45, 14 million shares of volume. I think it's just going to be too tricky. My commissions are probably like 160 bucks today. See, look at that. And look at that false breakout. That's why we leave these ones alone. So, we're sitting at 1040. I'm going to call it a morning here at 1700 bucks.